What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rev Free Moto. I'm Jonathan. Today we're going to be doing a video about how fast this motorcycle is, the Janus Halcyon 450. Now this is my Janus Halcyon 450, and while it does not look like it's built for huge amounts of ludicrous speed, you do need a motorcycle to be able to kind of get outside of its own way, right? And so we're going to do a couple of 0 to 60 runs in this video and see how fast the Janus Halcyon 450 really is. I don't know of anybody who's done a 0 to 60 test on this bike. They say that the power to weight ratio of the Janus Halcyon 450 is about the same as a Harley Davidson Iron 883. So if you've ever ridden an Iron 883, I know it's not like a lightning fast bike, but it should be pretty good. I also want to do a little bit of time cruising down the interstate. The top speed of this motorcycle is claimed 90 miles per hour. Now, we won't do that today. I'm not going to promise you that because the speed limit is not that in my state and I have to obey the laws. But we will see how it does cruising down the interstate about 70 miles an hour, see what kind of RPMs it's spinning at, and just see how the ride is overall. Is this bike capable of real world speeds? What is it designed for? Not 70 miles an hour. It's designed for back roads and, you know, rambling along, right? But if you need it to, can this bike deliver? Can this bike be good for a road trip across the country? And that's what we're going to get into today.
Alright, so before we get into a couple of the 0 to 60 runs and some time on the interstate, let's talk about the numbers of the Janus Halcyon 450. So we're talking about a motorcycle with about 30 horsepower. So the engine is a fuel injected 445 cc. Rounded up to 450, right? So 450 cc fuel injected dry sump motor. It's got an overhead, actually got a hemispherical head, so it is a pretty quick motor for what it is. And the motor is rated the way they have it configured on this bike. It's 30 horsepower, and I believe the torque is somewhere in the range of 26 or 28 foot-pounds of torque. Does not sound like impressive numbers, right? I get that. I understand that sounds like it's not a lot. But this bike is 365 pounds. I believe that's a wet weight, and so I'm obviously, it depends on how much you weigh as a rider. I'm under 200 pounds, but not by much. I want to say I'm maybe 190, 185, somewhere in that range. And when I get this bike up to speed, I'm really hoping to be able to hit these gears right, you know, shifting it. It does great at 55, 60, 45, 50. You know, it really likes cruising along. Alright, so my plan is to do a total of 3 0 to 60 runs today. Alright, here's going to be in the run number 1. I am at the bottom of this ramp, so I didn't want it to be like it's all downhill. Alright, here we go. There! Okay, that was third gear, about probably 8,000 RPM. I had not even got into fifth yet. Okay, so now that I'm on the interstate, now of course I'm behind a tractor trailer, so I'm getting that wind buffeting. But right now I'm waiting for this tractor trailer to kind of give me a little space, but cruising about 69, speed limit is 70 here. Alright, I'm cruising at 69, I'm cruising at 70 miles an hour in fifth gear. Yeah, I'm in fifth gear. The RPMs are sitting about 5,800 RPM. And that may sound like a lot, but that's right in the middle of this motorcycle's power band. So that actually leaves me with a lot of passing power if I needed to crank the throttle and increase my speed for whatever reason. And here I am still in the wake of this tractor trailer because it doesn't want to speed up, and it probably won't. So I'm going to kind of slow it down just a little bit. I want you to see that I'm not like blowing around all over the place on the interstate. It's very planted, you know, it's a light motorcycle, but it does just fine on the interstate. I don't feel like I'm unsafe. I don't feel like a tractor trailer is gonna, you know, run over the top of me. I feel like if I needed to speed up you know, above the speed limit, that I certainly could do that. It wouldn't be a problem. Alright, so at 65 miles per hour, right around 5,400, 5,300 RPM, maybe even 5,200. So the engine revs out above 8,000. I want to say it's somewhere around 8,800, 9,000 RPM, top of the revs for this engine. But it's got plenty left. I definitely have no doubt that it can top out at 90 miles per hour. And just like that, you know, 65 to 70, I'm there. You can hear the motor. It doesn't sound stressed. It's just kind of cruising right along, and it's happy as a clam. It could ride at this speed for hours if it had to. The only limitation would be how much fuel is in the tank before you stop. Now, as far as comfort on the interstate, it's extremely comfortable. The riding position is very natural. There's a very slight bend in my arms. If I sit up perfectly straight, my full face helmet, yes, I'm a sail in the wind, but that's any naked bike. And it really doesn't bother me. I really don't feel a lot of it. I think it feels really good, actually. And I'm going to slow down to like, I'm going up a hill now, slight hill. Slow down to about 60, just a second. Okay, so 60 miles an hour. Full throttle, 70 right there. So just a couple of seconds I can be increase my speed from 60 to 70, and if I dropped a gear, it would happen a lot faster. So it's very capable on the interstate, and I actually love riding it on the freeway. Not all the time, but it's great. Alright, we're coming up on our second 0 to 60 run here. Nice and flat here. Here we go. There! And there's a tractor trailer behind me, so I better cook it. Alright, I hit the rev limiter that time. That was unintentional. Yeah, confirmed. It was right around 8,800 RPM, I believe. I saw a red light. So normally I don't like to ride this bike like this. I don't like to be so hard on it. But in the name of all that is YouTube, I am doing it today. I've also had the brake-in oil change, so this bike's over 1,000 miles and should be good to thrash a little bit. I know this motor can take it. It's just not my riding style to ride wide open like that all the time. What do you think of the exhaust note? I'd love to hear your thoughts. When you really open it up, I think it sounds cool. Again, you know, here we are cruising along, you know, 70 miles an hour. No fatigue, just me and very comfortable sitting, facing the wind. And the suspension on this motorcycle is really good. I really feel like if I wanted to ride this motorcycle to Indiana tomorrow to go to the home of Janus in Goshen, Indiana for a 9-hour plus road trip from Virginia, I'd have no problem. I'd stop I am 45 years old, so I probably would stop every couple hours to stretch legs, and of course this thing's only got a 2.1 gallon fuel tank, so probably every 100 or so miles have to stop and put some kind of fuel in it. Yeah, when a tractor trailer goes by, and I think this is any motorcycle on the interstate, you get caught in the wind behind it where it's disrupting your clean air, and you feel like you're riding in a tornado. You can probably see it. I'm kind of getting wobbled all over the place. So once the tractor trailer gets out of my clean air, I'll be in good shape. For this one, let's do a 30 to 60 run. See how that goes. Okay, 30. Gosh, I gotta get on it. All right, let's do 35 to 65. 35, go. There. All right. Felt good. Okay, so we'll do one more 0 to 60 run when we get back on the interstate. Alright, we are coming to a stop on the side of the road here. I've got a pretty good line of sight behind me, I think. And once the traffic kind of clears out a little bit, we'll do one more 0 to 60 run. Okay, here we go. If I'm yelling. Alright, so we'll take the average of the 3 times and I'll throw the numbers up on the screen, the 3 different runs, and then the average time, and then also the 35 to 65 run. The only thing that would get tiring for long runs on the interstate is just holding the throttle. So just getting a simple throttle lock would probably be a good investment on a longer trip. Well, I think I have made the fuel gods angry, and it's time to head to the fuel station to top off the tank. When I'm riding the Janus Halcyon 50, I never feel like it's inadequately powered. I feel like it's got good power for everyday use. I do not hunt out interstates with it. I look for back roads, you know, secondary roads mostly, but that's any time I'm on a motorcycle. I just prefer the back roads primarily. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to Freeway Moto, please consider subscribing. Remember, it's who you're becoming. That's what matters the most. God bless, and we'll see you in the next video.